North Korea is executing its own citizens. Not for murder, not for treason, but for watching South Korean dramas, listening to K-pop, or sharing foreign media. In Kim Jong-un's state, something as small as a USB stick can literally cost you your life. This is not a rumor. It comes directly from a 450-page report by South Korea's Unification Ministry, based on the testimony of over 500 North Korean defectors who escaped between 2017 and 2022. According to the report, executions are carried out publicly, torture is routine, and ordinary people live in constant fear that the government is watching them. So why does Kim Jong-un fear foreign media so much? Why is a simple K-drama or pop song treated as a threat equal to drugs or espionage? And what does this say about the regime's grip on its people and its position in global geopolitics? Let's break it down. The law that kills entertainment. In 2020, North Korea introduced the anti-reactionary thought law. It's one of the harshest censorship laws in the world. The law makes it illegal to own, watch, or distribute foreign content, especially South Korean dramas, K-pop music, and Western films. The punishments are brutal. If you're caught watching a South Korean drama, you could be sent to prison or forced labor camps. If you distribute the media, you could face execution. Even speaking in a South Korean accent or using South Korean slang has been reported to trigger punishments. To Kim Jong-un, this isn't just about entertainment. It's about control. Foreign media shows ordinary North Koreans a different reality, one where people have freedoms, technology, and prosperity that they've been told doesn't exist. How harsh are the punishments? The report details shocking practices. Public executions are staged to send a message of fear. People accused of sharing South Korean videos are tied up in front of crowds and shot. In detention facilities, torture is common. Some defectors described people being beaten with sticks, starved for weeks, or locked in small cages. Others were executed simply for attempting to cross the border into China. Religious activities are also criminalized. Anyone caught practicing Christianity, or even owning a Bible, can be executed. To the regime, religion is a competing source of loyalty, and therefore, a threat. Drug use and smuggling are punished in the same way. The regime sees drugs, foreign culture, and religion as all part of the same danger. Anything that might weaken absolute control over its citizens. Why Kim Jong-un fears K-pop? So why does foreign media frighten the North Korean leadership so much? The answer lies in the contrast. South Korean culture, known as the Korean Wave or Hallyu, is a global phenomenon. K-pop, K-dramas, and Korean films dominate global pop culture. They show a modern, prosperous Korea with freedom of expression, consumer goods, and international recognition. For North Koreans, secretly watching a South Korean drama is like opening a window into another world. It shows them that life doesn't have to be filled with starvation, propaganda, and fear. Kim Jong-un knows that once people begin to question the lies they've been told, it becomes much harder to keep them obedient. In his eyes, a K-drama is more dangerous than a gun. South Korea's report. The recent 450-page report from Seoul's Unification Ministry is one of the most detailed accounts of these abuses. It compiles testimony from more than 500 defectors over a 5-year period. The findings confirm that executions are common for crimes that should never carry a death penalty. Torture and deaths are routine in prisons and detention facilities. Citizens are executed for attempting to cross the border into China. Families of offenders are often punished as well, facing forced relocation or lifelong monitoring. South Korea's President Yoon Suk-yeol said the report exposes the gruesome reality of life under Kim Jong-un. He argued that North Korea does not deserve a single penny of aid while it continues these abuses and pours money into nuclear weapons. International reaction. The findings line up with years of United Nations investigations and NGO reports. The UN has repeatedly condemned North Korea's human rights situation, calling it one of the worst in the world. But there's a problem. International pressure has little effect. North Korea simply dismisses all criticism as part of a plot to overthrow its rulers. China and Russia, two of Pyongyang's key allies, often shield it from stronger action at the UN Security Council. So while the world condemns these executions, little changes on the ground. The bigger picture. These crackdowns come at a time when North Korea is tightening its borders and investing heavily in nuclear and missile programs. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, defections have fallen to historic lows. In 2021, only 63 North Koreans managed to reach South Korea. The following year, just 67 escaped. The border is nearly sealed, making it even harder for information or people to flow in or out. At the same time, the regime is pouring money into military tests. Dozens of missile launches have been carried out in recent years, even as ordinary North Koreans face food shortages and widespread poverty. For Kim Jong-un, nuclear weapons and strict control of information are survival tools. They keep foreign powers at bay and prevent his own people from rising up. Here's the irony. While North Korea spends billions on missiles, its people are executed for watching a $2 USB stick containing a K-drama. While the regime brags about nuclear power, its prisons are filled with people guilty of nothing more than listening to music. This is the reality of life in North Korea today. A reality where the right to life is constantly under threat. Where the greatest danger isn't committing a crime, but daring to dream of a different life. And in the eyes of Kim Jong-un, a pop song, a foreign movie, or a single flash drive is a weapon, because it carries the most dangerous idea of all, freedom.